Hi, everybody. So, I made a post yesterday that talked about freedom and deliverance and how true freedom and deliverance takes place. And I kind of wanted to share um, the foundation or the background of that post because it wasn't just a general post, it was something that was definitely personal, definitely to my heart, and I wanted to share with you guys because I'm walking in my true freedom. I'm walking in my true deliverance. And I encourage you all to do the same thing if there is something that is holding you hostage. So I guess rewind back to about 17. My grandmother passed away. It was a sudden death, and that night I had like these crazy suicidal thoughts. I was taking a bath, trying to relax, and it was, slit your wrist type thing. It was really heavy. And I kind of just played it down. I never told my mother, so this is the first time that she's hearing this as well. But I never told my mom, and I kind of just played it down. And for years, there would be, different ideation that the enemy would kind of put in my mind. Just small things like, um, and I played it down and I watered it down as, the enemy is trying, but it's not that deep. It's not suicidal thoughts. It's not depression. And I was living my life and I was doing day to day things, and you would look at me and you wouldn't be able to tell. A lot of people didn't tell. And then this past Saturday, I was very overwhelmed. It was a hard day, just being a mom of a preteen, and talking back and just hard headed and just in her phone all day. Just stuff that preteens do. And then being a mother of a toddler, 1.5-year old, who's just energetic and crying when he doesn't get his way, and just life. And I was just I was getting overwhelmed, and it was just a bad day. And we all have bad days, but this day was different. I was driving my husband to work, and the devil said, just I heard it clear, drive off the cliff, see what happens, see if God shifts your will, see if God turns your car and keeps it straight, drive off the cliff, see what happens. I brushed it off. I was driving, I was focused, because as a black woman, as a mother, as a wife, we are not supposed to feel. We're supposed to, according to society, we're supposed to stay strong. We're supposed to keep it together for our families. So I brushed it off and I didn't think nothing of it, but it was still a rough day. Later that afternoon, I'm out doing a little bit of shopping with both of my children, and it got tough. You know, Courtney's crying, Courtney's fussing, Michaela's all over the place, wants to look at toys. It was just a very rough day, and we have those days. And as I got home, the enemy said to me, just go in your room, close the door, and let the kids play in the front, and end it all. And that was so clear to me again. And those moments, I couldn't play them down. I couldn't water them down as being nothing. I couldn't water it down as being just just a thought, because the enemy was trying to take me out. And a lot of times we hear, pastors preach, oh, the enemy wants to take you out. It doesn't have to be at the hands of anybody else. It doesn't have to be at the hands of someone else. It doesn't have to be sickness or, a sudden freak accident. It doesn't have to be that. He can try in many forms. In this form, he wanted me to do it myself. But God had so much purpose for me. So, fast forward to Sunday. I'm in church, and praise and worship was great. It was just like, I described it as saran wrap. I was in a saran wrap bubble. Like, I could see God. I could feel him slightly, but I just couldn't bust through that saran wrap wall. I just could not bust through. I could push, but it just wasn't completely there. And then Pastor Rob didn't even preach. That's how crazy it was. He didn't even preach. And I'm in the aisle and I'm praising God, and I'm praying with women on the altar, and I'm praying with people on the altar, and I'm pushing them through. But it was just something with me. I just could not push through. And then God spoke to me so clearly and said, you need to be praising, because yesterday could have been an end. Yesterday could have been your death. It could have been different. You could have listened to the enemy easily, and you could have killed yourself, and you could have been gone, and you could have left your family, your purpose. And when I tell you that it broke and I lost it, okay, because I could have been gone. I could have listened to those thoughts in my mind that the enemy tried to torment me with, and I could have taken it to the next level, because my life was I'm a mom. My life is never slow, so I took control of those thoughts, and I broke loose, and I cried out, and I said, Lord, I don't want this anymore. And I say that all to say, I want to encourage you guys, don't water it down. If it is something that is tormenting your mind, tormenting your heart, call it what it is. Call it what it is. Don't water it down because you're afraid of the thoughts that someone else may have about you, or because you feel that you're too strong to go through what it is that you're going through. We're human still. We are still human. We are flesh, and we go through. And you cannot get through it to your real freedom until you call it what it is, and you call it out, and you declare your freedom, and you begin to walk in it. Because if you never call it what it is, it's going to always be there, and you're going to always remain bound, because you're just watering it down, not thinking that it's something that serious, but it is. So I truly encourage you, call it out, walk in your deliverance, walk in your healing, walk in your freedom, because y'all, I'm doing it. I'm walking in my freedom. I'm not letting the enemy torment my mind. I'm not letting the devil try to take me out, because God has so much that I'm supposed to be doing. So I got some time on this earth, because I got a work to do. So I love you guys. Be blessed, and have an amazing day. Hope to see you guys. Bye.